and has now been taken off the table here as Faker struggled on the Azir when matched up against the LeBlanc, but Huhi held his own against the LeBlanc of Faker, and then SKT were just shut down by Aphromoo. He had a fantastic performance on that Janna. For me, the MVP of that game. Suddenly, the fight that he stopped there at Baron, the stalls that he did.
We saw the replay, right?
The cancels, the patience on the ultis too. So many Janna players would have just panic ultied so many times. He is comfortable letting his team be on 10% and wait for the perfect moment. It was honestly incredibly impressive.
There's kind of moments we've seen him instill in Stixxay too. The last second heals. He gets something out of using those summoner spells. They're going to have to get a lot out of it. SKT is going to be very hungry after their losses, and they start off with an Ekko pick in the top.
Yeah, the Bard is left open. Yesterday, SKT banned out Caitlyn, Soraka, Bard. Right now, they make a change and they replace the Azir in there with the early Ekko pickup. They also picked up Ekko in first rotation yesterday on the purple side. CLG
same bands
had very high priority on Nidalee, but right now Kindred's there too, so we could see a Kindred Lucian as an early pickup here. Lucian, the strong trader here. No more Caitlyn counter pick available. It's something that Ziggs may lock in for his team.
That Nidalee is still there for Xmithie. Can definitely pick it up. He has been playing quite strong on it, but like you said, that Kindred also there. And it's something that Xmithie loves to play. Poppy is going to be the next one, so they lock in that top.
Yeah, so the Poppy is definitely not a rush pick. There's no hurry there. Yes, technically, Faker could go for the Ekko mid again, and Poppy could get stolen. That's why they want to secure it a little early. There's still some There's still some other picks available though, but I think it's good to secure it in case SKT go for the cheese Poppy top Ekko mid. And Xmithie, I like that the Kindred's picked up because I don't think Blank performed very well on Nidalee at all. He's now trying something else. He's going to go for the Graves. And the way CLG have been playing, the comfort they have, the communication, Kindred should fit in very well in their team fights.
So that Graves will be what Blank goes with in the jungle. Instead of that Nidalee, it really has not served him any use. We'll see how the side of CLG chooses to pick out here. Double AD already shown for SKT T1. What are you going to decide?
And with a range support in this matchup here, range support plus maybe a Lucian, they could put a lot of pressure on that Sivir in lane. Maybe even force SKT to play a range support or force them to lane swap. I need to see what Aphromoo plans on playing. He still has his Janna out, his Bard is available. Quite a few pickups here. Bard, Kalista here. This does change the scope. We need to look at TSM, I was going to say. No, this is CLG still. We need to look at the way CLG approach fights. And it's Huhi going in, making a play, creating space for a hard carry on Stixxay. Kalista can carry, but she doesn't carry as hard later in the fights like some of these AD carries. So maybe we'll see a shift in kind of role division here, where it's Stixxay trying to go in and create some space here for Huhi to operate in. Let's see if that happens. Huhi may just go, let's see, for the LeBlanc. Later on, with the Azir off the table, the Rise off the table, that's sort of the kind of the two tier 1 picks that we've seen. LeBlanc is kind of coming in third there.
Got that Aurelion Sol, Krepo.
He might need it because it's hard. It's almost impossible.
Still there, but interesting for this comp.
It's hard to play LeBlanc into Zilean, so.
And the Zilean is locked in. Wolf gets the Braum. The Alistar was a great takeaway in the bans here. Slows down the initiation of what SKT would want to do. But if they can keep themselves in the fight with that Zilean ultimate.
So this is a Faker special, the Zilean. Played it quite a few times. It's actually a good matchup into Lissandra too in the mid lane, so that makes it rough. So Stixxay, Huhi, I mean, is obviously looking for an answer here. What are they going to pick for him? Aurelion Sol, it's a pretty big range advantage in lane, should be able to farm fine. Obviously, we haven't seen this champion much. The setup potential between Aurelion Sol and Bard.
Oh, crap, you took the words out of my mouth. We just looked at each other instantly. You took it right out. It is there. I want to see it. What happened with this in CLG last time was that once they got down that mid lane, Aurelion Sol is locked in, it started to fizzle out. Once they couldn't continue to break turrets down the mid lane, they were forced to pop it. And you're not going to see Aurelion Sol fly up and down one of the side lanes. It's curved. It takes a bit out of the speed. So hopefully they can pressure down. They can wipe down one of those inhibitor turrets and get the pressure that Aurelion Sol can create early in the mid lane.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually
to mid game.
I actually like the Aurelion Sol pick.
I think it's fantastic the way they use it, and no team's kind of adapted to it. And seeing that, CLG could, in the first game if they won, can really make a move here where other teams are going to have to put another ban towards it.
Look at SKT though, they're ready to team fight. They have a big team fight composition here. Yes, the Zilean has a teleport, but they're not looking to 1-3-1 whatsoever.
No.
Really strong team fight champions. Wolf on that Braum too, just getting all those projectiles, stopping them. And it should be a fantastic game. A lot of brawling, I think.
Going to be an awesome rematch. Could not wait to get into this one. You can see from the previous, well, actually not yet since it's not on, as the coaches shake. The Rift is owned by Counterlogic Gaming in the previous head-to-head. The mid-season invitational continues here from the Shanghai Oriental Esports Center. Let us know if you think SKT is going to get revenge after yesterday's loss. Use the hashtag SKTWin or the hashtag CLGWin at LOL Esports as usual. And we'll tally those up as we get into the game. Counterlogic Gaming's Rift ownage is up, but can it continue? SKT is going to come out very strong here. We are on the Rift, and it looks like Counterlogic Gaming moving out. We'll see if they start anything off interesting. SKT probably looking at a pretty good base game in the early here so they can start making moves as soon as they open up the map with this kind of a speedy team. They got a lot of mobility here.
And I wonder if SKT is going to look for the lane swap. They have an incredibly rough matchup in the bot lane. It's almost impossible to play. Duke has an advantage over Darshan in the Ekko versus Poppy, but it is playable. It's manageable. Bot lane, Kalista Bard should completely destroy Sivir, Braum, especially with an Ignite advantage too.
One thing I guess SKT hasn't been able to do as much this tournament is when they were ahead, they were leading, they're not taking as many turrets as usual. The fights are very much more even. See how this early game plays out.
Hang on. Look at the minimap right now. Sorry to interrupt, but there was a base channel by Stixxay.
And he stopped.
CLG was about to opt into the swap, and he stopped at about 2 seconds left. Now they're going to they need to look for a routing of Aphromoo to the bottom lane here. Because CLG have the wards on the left side of the map, so they can guarantee, if they wait long enough, standard lanes, and that is what they're looking for. They really want that bot lane advantage. We had 3 bot lane bans from SKT against CLG yesterday, and it wasn't enough.
Very true.
Yep, and they're even gonna get a camp, obviously, on a big advantage. Ooh, no camp even for Bang and Wolf. So just standard lanes from level 1, heavily preferred by a Bard lane. Level 2 power spike is non-existent with the health packs. How well can Bang survive here? He's already getting zoned off.
I don't know, man. Level 2 hot cocoa makes me pretty excited. Hit towards the top lane. Duke gets himself there. Teleport up, yep.
So this is already SKT in a very rough position. They get the lanes they don't want, they guess wrong, and they have to use teleport level 1.
Yep. Unfortunately, Xmithie would probably love to be ending on the top side, but he'll be ending on the bottom. The gank for Duke may actually fizzle out. We'll see how much pressure they decide to put on it. And in the early game, it looks like CLG has definitely taken the aggression of positioning and CS lead.
And Stixxay's main flaw for me has been getting CS from his creeps while trying to trade aggressively. So how many can he pick up? It's paramount that you get perfect CS because you have no pressure. And here, that's what Aphromoo is looking for. Auto Q procs all 3 spell thief stacks when you have a Meep, and you get the harass off. So gold advantage regardless. Bang cannot get any help from Wolf. The one saving grace in the matchup is that Wolf's E will destroy the projectile from the bar Q, so he can never stun through. That is the laning pattern.
Yep.
But it'll be poke, poke, poke. So unless the junglers come in, it may be fancy Bard stuns, but we need to look at what the junglers are doing now.
And it almost synergizes against Bang and Wolf. You're a Braum that wants to block. Oh, man. Enjoy getting Cosmic Bound pretty much all day.
Can only block with shields.
Right.
And that's what Aphromoo was looking. He's not looking to hit the Q on Bang and then on the minion. No, he's just shooting him through the minions.
Yep.
Worst case, just hitting a single one, follow up with an auto attack, and then get the Thunderlord's proc. If he's running that. Levius. Didn't quite pay attention. Yep, it's Thunderlords, as always.
And nicely done. Xmithie actually does end his route on that top side as he takes Wolf's blue and then comes back up, leaving red, making sure that lasts for as long as necessary. And maybe that love that they want to get on Duke in the top lane to make it a long walk back.
Yeah, because that's the winning matchup for SKT here. I believe mid lane will just be a farm fest, so CLG covering that one, making sure Darshan doesn't get ganked or dove. Any of that. He has the worst trades early, as you can see right here on your screen. It's a pretty rough matchup for Poppy early. But if he can stay down roughly 10 CS, that's the average of this matchup throughout the tournament. Huhi, cheeky little roam here though.
Darshan using Qs to farm, but good thing he's actually kind of coaxing Duke to use his spells to farm as well, keeping that wave quite even. Oh, the Kindred mark on and off. Kind of, Duke's like, what? Oh, I smell something.
Yeah. That's all they need to do, buy time for Darshan. And even if they could poke out Duke, they could send him down back to base. He doesn't have teleport just yet. Would have been a good, nice try. A little bit of poke here. Bang's doing a good job surviving though.
Yep.
Only 8 CS down.
Yeah, that first wave actually hit pretty good that Stixxay was able to bring in, but Bang, he's gonna get out of this lane and probably make a huge impact late game. Safe from Wolf, safe from Faker, and if Bang can stay alive, he's already been touted as one of the best AD carries in the world, and we could see that here.
Yeah, the hardest part is when you hit like 40 CS, 50, you're already down a potion. Bard has endless access to mana if he picks up the chimes.
Yep.
Then he can get the Hug Poco out, and eventually you get out sustained. So Bang needs really good spell shield and really exquisite decision making which CS he goes for.
So very nice play by Duke in the top lane to kind of not let this teleport be anything that SKT has to worry about. Darshan's is blown now, so he's comfortable to go ahead and walk this back with the pushing power of Poppy. CS for Huhi in the mid lane, the back in the fourth. I'm going to clear this wave, back if I can, and just do it again.
Yeah, and Xmithie now shadowing this bot lane, allowing Aphromoo and Stixxay to play a little more aggressive. That's obviously the one limiting factor when you have a winning matchup is like you have to respect the jungler. And that's something Aphromoo and Stixxay generally do very well. And the one mistake he sometimes makes is he tries to win his lane too hard. And sounds like a dumb statement, but he's overplaying his advantage and losing CS and bat trades in the process.
Right, that moment of I want to do damage, but I'm not focusing the CS.
Talk about that later though, because it looks like a 5-man squad. Potential dive here on the back of the pressure here. Bang going low, Wolf going low. Look for the teleport from Darshan potentially.
Yeah, no roam from Faker. He just backed. The team's calling safety.
It is on cooldown, so no potential teleport from Darshan.
They're just really calling blank down for the pressure hold here. So with the pushes in the mid lane, Huhi tries to go for a gank bot. Level 6 is around for those mid laners. And 43 to 48. There really hasn't been a lane that really pitted Faker against Huhi, so we're not going to see much action there.
Yeah, but a 16 CS lead here and half a tower already for CLG, so that's just, it's building up pressure. And SKT, they need to make sure that they don't crumble under the pressure.
Something you'd never really think you'd say. Like, you'd see
not against CLG at least.
SKT down. You'd see SKT down 12K at tournaments and put your hands over the names and you'd say, "Oh, this game's over. Team has 12." But you're always saying, "No, this is actually a game SKT can make an impact on."
Usually, but this season we've seen quite a few other things here, losing to quite a few teams there in the LCK. Oh, honestly, a horrendous first opening. Turn around a little bit after IEM Katowice with the introduction of Blank. They went 7-2, I believe, after that tournament, the series, and then they went 9-2 in games in playoffs against Korea's best. Almost a clean sweep there. Only dropped 2 games, so SKT was on the up and up. Everybody was like, "Yeah, they fixed everything." Blank, he eats dinner with Faker. He talks to Faker all the time. They have the best synergy ever.
And it was growing. As Blank grew, the rest of the team grew with him, and then they just catapulted themselves out of that losing streak. Or streak loss, I should say. That didn't exactly happen in a row. It was just a floundering moment for SKT, not something anybody in the LCS world is used to. Here trying to disprove all of that now. They've had a difficult time trying to make an impact at MSI, and teams are wondering, can it come back? Let's try in this composition here on day 4 against Counter Logic Gaming. Over to Blues, still a very, very quiet early game as we start things off here with CLG versus SKT. Slow rolling. Just zooming back to mid lane. At least, you know, against the Zilean, I gotta say against the Faker, you could just bomb mid, keep that CS back and forth. That's why it's so close, 73 to 64. Yep. The bomb's really the reason he's losing a bit. If it didn't kill it, it just fizzles out. So Faker doing a good job of keeping himself safe and that CS up too.
You know it's a slow game when the jungler has done 0 damage to champions so far. Blank says, "You know what, I'm just gonna focus on this PvP aspect." Oh, good slow here, double combo. Faker, that's the laning pattern you want. Slow him down. Place 2 bombs on his face. The new Zilean mechanic.
Yeah.
Really fun to watch good Zilean players play, because they combine either the zoning of the bombs or they layer the CC together. Bar Zilean, fantastic combo that we've seen over in the European LCS too.
And it seems like he's just kind of learning as it goes in that. Knows how to play against Aurelion Sol, but Huhi can't clear that siege as fast, even with the execute of the Comet. So he's like, okay, let's double bomb you here. You're going to take minion damage if you fight me.
That has been one of the greatest strengths of Faker in his career, though. His almost unlimited champion pool.
Yeah.
So he's very quick at adapting to new champions. I'm sure he's played some Aurelion Sol queue as well.
Of course.
Now look at the wards here, though. Trading sides of the map here. Blank is playing on the left side towards top side, his strong lane. CLG's playing towards their strong side on the bot lane. There's teleport for Darshan available. It's already being channeled here. Aphromoo a little bit too deep.
Tempered Fate is there for the safety, but it's not exactly going to save them right away. Fate's call comes in, it goes out, and they magical journey. They've left Xmithie. Will anybody follow? Darshan in a very bad spot. Huhi's trying to route, but he could easily be turned on here. He does get the kill onto Bang, however, with the ult. Very nicely done, and they're going to have to flash out, so Faker cannot get that stun and grab a kill.
And SKT played is almost as good as they could, but they can't get back from the fact that this was a 4v5 ultimately, because Blank was playing on the left side of the map while his bot lane was under pressure. They didn't back off to respect the dive. They chose to fight that. They had a beautiful read on the situation, SKT, because they knew it was coming. So instead of running to the flank, they engaged on one of the sides. They didn't get pincered. This is like, we'll go to the weak side here. But there was just too many members from CLG. A beautiful Lamb's Respite here to buy time. Huhi looking to clear the wave.
And looking at the bot, just that vision, obviously giving CLG enough knowledge that that was going to be an okay fight. Because watching Huhi stand there, I was like, you're going to get turned on and die.
Look at the setup here. SKT knows exactly what's coming here. So they try to turn on Aphromoo. He flashes, I think, and goes, or just gets the portal out. First he gets knocked up, and then eventually they portal out here, and that buys them so much time because they were going down against Duke's Engage. Beautiful Lamb's Respite from Xmithie. Honestly, a bit of a misplay from CLG. They pulled the trigger too early, but they recover as a team. And this is something we've seen time and time again throughout the tournament. You may overreach a little bit. You may not start off the best, but you always recover as a team if you're CLG. And it's been the opposite for SKT. When they fail, the whole team synergy kind of goes to shambles.
Duke trying to put his aggression on there in the top lane. He probably won't let Darshan get too much. Darshan as well. Fights back and forth. Duke's all right on that phase dive. He gets out with the passive speed. But back and forth. They're trying to hit each other up here, so when teleports come up, it won't be too much useful.
Yeah.
104 to 76. He's just saying you're not farming, pretty much.
Endless fight here. Slow, so slow. The vision is still there in the deep red jungle for CLG, so in SKT's red jungle. Almost gets a steal here, Blank, but the reason that they can enter so often and Xmithie can kind of just go in unencumbered is because of the pushing lanes. Bot lane and mid lane continuously pushing in control, ready to follow up, as opposed to the top lane pushing in for SKT. So CLG definitely is playing towards the strong side of their map, and it's only a matter of time before they push that advantage through here and start capitalizing. Aphromoo, if he knows the jungle, he can actually go for a kill on Bang here. Spell Shield was used, so could even go for Tempered Fate into Q.
They did just get that vision on him. They're just looking for the pokes at this point. Kindred on the top side, and Blank will actually start to roam down. He cleared that ward to make sure he can get some further vision in for SKT so they can get a few engagements of their own and not play kind of reactively here. So what CLG's roaming too. 13 minutes in, Blank looks like he feels completely safe here on this side of the jungle. May find himself a little bit of trouble on the way out though.
Yeah, and Huhi, every time he pushes, he's looking for an opportunity to roam. He's sidestepping constantly, trying to juke Faker's bombs.
Yep.
He's up CS again. Faker's had a horrendous tournament when it comes to CS 10. He's been down the most out of all the mid laners here. One of the worst CS records in the tournament, the 2, I believe. It's just not been going too great for him. Blind gets over the wall too today. Yesterday, he dashed in about 5 walls.
Things are looking up.
Hey man, it's the little things.
You kept count on that. You were tallying that score.
With a head count. Boink.
Glad you got to see him make it over today, Krepo. It closes that door for you.
Helps Xmithie.
So Xmithie picks up. Bang actually playing that one very smart. He was going to stay a little bit longer, but seeing the movement... I'm sorry, Blank played that smart. Yep. Seeing that movement in the bot lane, Bang and Wolf called, the AD carry and support are missing. You need to get out. Still very, very quiet across the home front. Only that one kill going over to Huhi with the voice of light on Bang during their bot lane gank. And this, it's kind of popcorn fight in the top lane. Just back and forth. More just hugs than fighting.
Almost gets the engage here. Yeah, that's what we see here. That was Aphromoo going for a double stun. but Wolf immediately putting up the shield, and that means the projectile is destroyed, so the second part of Bard Q does not go through, no stun available.
Yeah.
You can always stun a Bard with shield if you go through a minion first.
Today, someone learned.
I'm sure. Tower plus Faker, either Faker jukes it and he gets dove, or they both get hit and he gets killed, so really good sidestep there from Faker.
Always seeing his exits. Faker definitely is thinking about more than one thing at a time in those situations.
And he preserved his flash without dying.
Exactly.
And that is presence of mind. If Faker died there while holding a slash, though, I would be so worried for the tilt.
There you go, one and the other. 30 CS lead here for Stixxay in the bot lane. They continue to pressure down on Wolf and Bang, and they're keeping them in this lane as well. CLG is perfectly fine with this happening. First dragon was theirs, and Huhi flying down the river here. We'll see if they can put some pressure on this turret. It looks like they actually got Bangs on the hunt, thinking Huhi was going to take that all the way. So SKT very much respecting the pressure of Chronologic Gaming.
Yeah, I'm loving the use of the Aurelion Sol here in terms of pressure. Push, roam, constant pressure. Doesn't matter if they see it. They have to respect the damage that Huhi brings to the table here. They did a quick cooldown check. Every time Wolf shield is every 16 to 17 seconds. Aphromoo can Q roughly every 7 to 8 seconds. So there's always that like 8-9 second window where Wolf needs to back off. Huhi eats double bomb here. No minion wave. But Duke is coming down for some support.
Was hoping that Huhi might kind of bite into a bit of an engage just outside turret range. He still actually may be able to get caught here. Duke is going to complete that back, however. Probably would have been pretty dangerous not having enough vision past the turret. They make the right call, and Faker actually starts to get good pressure on that mid lane. If Huhi's back and he's not coming back to use his abilities and create that pressure, it's going to kind of start to fizzle out the Aurelion Sol purpose they use it for.
SKT's team fight is still phenomenally strong, though.
Yep.
Sivir is the best, or one of the best team fight AD carries right now. Late game, Stixxay's Kalista will fall off, so he brings utility for Aphro. So. The amount of projectiles that Braum can stop too, so if CLG don't really get a bigger gold lead here or make some picks, SKT is completely fine with the situation.
Minute and 17 left onto Dragon. It's very interesting watching SKT kind of playing a relaxed game, not having Blank killing somebody or be Bangy in the past, getting that lead, having at least 3,000 to 4,000, now down about 1.3. We'll see how CLG can use this. 17 on the clock, and it looks like the pressure goes toward the top lane. They want to start dropping the rest of these outer turrets to focus the middle of the map.
But I think it's a bait and switch, though. They're rooting towards the mid lane right now, getting some pings out. Darshan's on the right flank. We see Xmithie putting up some slightly shallow wards in the enemy jungle here. Aphromoo was always ready to run down because they still have the 2v2 trading potential here and the sustain. The only thing that's buying them time SKT-wise is obviously Duke pushing the bot lane. Once that lane gets hit, Darshan has to react, so SKT successfully thwarting a minor map move here.
It's kind of what CLG thrives on. Left, right, finding you in that back and forth. It used to be that Morgana or Thresh, but now it's the Bard. You can get that tempered fade in.
Yeah, the good old rotations coming in here. Teleport play coming in soon, I think.
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
Oh, exhaust goes down. Stixxay right there. Lamb's respite not used for Stixxay. They wanted out immediately. It was enough to give the 80 carry away. Aphromoo going to go down here as well. The boomerang fizzles out, but it'll be back. It'll be back. Drink some hot cocoa. You got to go down happy, right? That bomb, I don't think oh, the minions.
Faker tells Aphromoo, yo, man, you the bomb. He drops down.
You the bomb. I like it. I like it. But yeah, CLG was just kind of like, hang out to dry. We're leaving here, sorry.
Yeah, overstepping their bounds. Something we have seen from them. No immediate reaction. Immediate trigger. Standard lane ward in the top rush too for the teleport. SKT coming back with some standard reactionary plays. And this time, they're waiting for mistakes and punishing them with the teleports as opposed to almost like mind-numbingly trying to force them. That was the SKT we saw on day 2 and 3. It's like, okay, guys, we need to win. We need to win right now. There's no way we can wait. They force something, they fail, they tilt. They force some more, they tilt even harder. But it seems very cold and calculated, slow, and that has been SKT's style over in the LCK. They haven't been a super fast team because they knew they had the mid to late game.
Yep. Some of the best team fighting we've seen from these guys. Ability to use their composition to its maximum effect, whether it's flanking straight on or just TPing behind the team with Duke and creating those plays off of brute force. You're absolutely correct. Here, much slower, 20 minutes in, SKT look to get Dragon number 2 on the game. And pressure and Duke in the top lane here. He may be able to get some good damage on that turret as well.
Yeah, Darshan starting to fall a little farther behind in CS. Obviously the side lane farm that Duke picked up. Matchup 2. It is.
I was gonna say, they're like, we're all right to get Duke's turret, but we'll give you the Dragon. Smart play there by SKT.
Yeah, I need to back off. No teleport center to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
If they step in too deep to steal, they always have the Tempered Fate and the Fate's Call.
This fight, Krepo.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you? Do you actually, though?
You see right through me.
Sometimes, casters hide their true feelings.
Back and forth. The thing that's going to matter is when those guys can get to the back line, when they can find Ben,
Yep.
when they can find Stixxay. Right now, they're just kind of toe-to-toe, having fun in the top lane, trying to make themselves a bit bigger. 188 to 159. Semi-even there. A little bit of pickup there for Duke on CS as he's been alone.
Yeah, Faker did a good job keeping that mid lane tower alive. Got rotated on a few times. Map is still a little tiny. A couple outers still up. Once those longer lanes come in, though, that's when those teleports have even more effect on the game because you can set up pressure with minion waves. The classic good old 1-3-1. CLG playing a 4-1. Huhi playing heal. So he's respecting potential bad matchups. He has very interesting summoners choices, actually, because very rarely, like, I feel like we don't see heal that often. We still see it sometimes, but definitely don't see barrier. I think Huhi switched as well because he was barrying late all the time.
Yeah.
So he's like, you know what? I'll take the lesser of the lesser in terms of efficiency, but at least I'll always get some value out of it. Just taking the Aurelion Sol with heal.
Yeah, one of the big factors is that you know you changed, and you're not trying to bury or kill people when you're going all in.
Yeah.
That is something that can get your head here. But MSI, the caliber of play, doesn't allow for that. And these teams are well beyond those mistakes. Coming up 21 minutes now, SKT has grabbed the gold lead away from Counter Logic Gaming. And it looks like they're trying to dictate some things around the map here, moving in numbers and actually causing CLG to follow now instead of CLG making SKT play reactively.
And CLG adapting with putting Huhi bot because a slower Kalista, it's both in terms of wave clear, no Runaan's first build, which means she is very slow at taking down his waves, individual minions plus Rens, like Hook, how much time it takes for Stixxay to clear. If he goes bot, he'll lose his tower. And Huhi is also the more mobile of the two. He can obviously come over. Turbo Dragon can come in flanking. But wherever Stixxay is, the towers will get sieged on because his wave clear is painfully slow, and that's when CLG usually will just look for a reactionary flank or engage.
One for each. What a nice guy, Faker.
You get a bomb, you get a bomb, everybody gets a bomb.
You get a bomb! Bombs everywhere. Oh, that path. No, Huhi does not want to take that path. He turns right around knowing the engage would not be there. The turret's too low. A false fight.
Sees
almost
the bomb.
taken by CLG.
Vicariously waggles his tail for extra momentum.
Yeah. Hoping the wind is blowing his direction. So SKT finally opening up the outside of the map. They've only lost one turret. Definitely playing a much more confident game here in every lane across the board, and playing much stronger as well to show.
Quite surprising to see CLG not really attempt to make any picks. They have Tempered Fate's Call. They have the Aurelion Sol.
Fate's Call.
They have a teleport to their disposal. Maybe they're disincentivized to go for each place because of the double TP and the revive mechanic. Spellshield is obviously very hard to make a pick on too, so in that sense, it's very hard to go against SKT, but I feel they need to start making some moves because late game, I mean, these team fights with Ekko, Zilean, Sivir, pretty big. Obviously, we don't know. Ooh, mistake on a Spellshield.
Bang flashes right behind Wolf. Wolf with a very nice shield to knock up on Xmithie. Lamb's respect goes right down. And I don't know if this is going to be the kill. Xmithie tries to deny vision towards a brush. It's a flash forward from Duke. He's coming on the TP, and it's going to be a cleanup most likely here. Duke hanging out in parallel convergence, gets the shield he just perfectly needs. And now Stixxay has actually got here in time. It's been a change in the fight. It was SKT's, but now Counter Logic Gaming has flipped it on its head.
Yeah, CLG initially overstepping their bounds, but the better teamwork prevails here. Really good entry. Kalista and the Bard from Aphromoo and Stixxay were all the way in the mid lane when this started. Stixxay thought he could buy some time. He did. He paid it with his life, but then the return kills there. And then we also have to talk about that spell sheet here. Huhi detonating that Aurelion Sol Q very late. Obviously, he decides when to detonate. So it's actually very hard to spell shield looking at it, because it's yeah, it's a mind game pretty much. It's the same with Kalista and Ren on Sivir spell shield. You have to predictively do it, kind of.
Right.
And otherwise, they wait out the spell shield, and suddenly you're worse for wear. Alright, well, watch this again. So it starts with Huhi. Look. No. Now he does it. Bang. Has to flash out. And this is where Xmithie goes really greedy, because he has no clue where the jungler is whatsoever. Double TP instantly comes out from SKT. So they're the quicker team to react here. But Xmithie lives with a sliver of health and then baits in Duke. And this is where SKT should probably disengage.
Yeah.
But they keep chasing. And then Aphromoo buys some times. He forces the sidestep to the left from a lot of people here and catches Duke at the edge. He doesn't get the bomb because Stixxay has a really good Fate's Call here, so good timing. And then they isolate Wolf afterwards. So the pacing of this fight, the positioning, the kiting, very impressive by CLG. The start of it, though, looking at the bigger picture, was a little rushed.
Yep. Looking up towards Duke was going in that fight. Actually drew my eye away from Darshan's ultimate, did not realizing Blank was out. Yeah. Thought SKT had that fight in the bag. 3-3 though. Definitely more kills on the board than we're used to seeing here in these games. They've been just fizzling out to very, very even play. Gold is still there at 42,000 nearly apiece. And with summoner spells down on the side of SKT, this fight could be very big. Gonna go across. They're going down into the jungle. It doesn't follow too much.
Is it going anywhere?
No. It's almost. We thought it.
It's probably the best champion for a live arena, though. This Aurelion Sol.
Another rend out. Dragon number 3 as CLG is staying right on top of that, giving themselves a variable. And another win condition here against SKT, who is pushing down ferociously. Only one turret down here for CLG portals, against SKT.
CLG don't care about normal conventions like these walls with the magical journeys.
No.
Can bypass them.
That's actually a really good point. They can all follow Huhi if he goes somewhere crazy. And they can all follow Faker if he's slowed down. Voice of Light drops him, but Chrono Shift will pick him back up. Huhi on the other side of it. Tempered Fate is going to split the team a little bit more as they know Darshan's coming up top. There's the Duke-Darshan fight, but they're going to try to split off and take down the squishies. Wow, SKT is just getting routed right now, and their HP bars crushed as Counterlogic Gaming comes back out of the base.
Yeah, small communication error there. Aphromoo was looking for the Tempered Fate, but he actually got Fate's called. But then he did the right thing. He didn't panic. He just used it to reposition himself after zoning SKT away. And then he went for the Tempered Fate, forcing a flash. Another flash Q from Aphromoo that missed a little bit, but CLG unrelenting aggression here, looking to pick up more kills. Darshan flanking on Blank, and that should be a dead Blank. Ooh.
Thinking the collateral damage would have taken him down.
Good flash though.
Yep.
Blank there.
Blank gets himself out safely after getting pushed aside by Darshan. Counterlogic Gaming is hungry for more kills here, continuously going into the face of SKT, but with SKT living, doesn't seem like CLG gets too much off of all this pressure.
Yeah, it's Stixxay.
Huhi is in the mid lane.
Playing a different style right now. Now it's the one Huhi is the one playing in the back, and Stixxay is the one creating zones, going in very, people would call it almost going in ham. Get a Faker, can get slowed here. Q didn't really connect.
Nope.
Faker gets blown up. And this is where usually a Bard's looking to backline ulti. His face called. Look at Aphromoo holds it and gets into safety. I don't think there actually was a flash. It looks like a straight miss.
Nope, yeah, he missed.
Yeah, he just straight up missed. So, got a little confused, I think, because pretty sure he was just looking to Tempered's Fate. But that happens. Especially on the stage. You can't always rely.
You're like, no, don't grab me. Spit me out, Tom Kench.
And then the next fight is like, why didn't you grab me? Why am I dead?
Dude.
Stixxay, you're fired.
So sorry, I'm so sorry. And then he gets a pentakill next fight.
Yeah, it's all fine and dandy.
It's been happening for so many AD carries this event. Some hits and then a great fight for them.
Wolf, the Braum shield actually destroys the AoE stun from Huhi. So if he goes in for a massive play, we'll look at that later. Faker gets bound.
Faker Chrono Shift is up. That's going to be an instant stun. The shift takes him down. They have a little bit more time to work with it. The bounce is going to be back for the rest of the team. It gives them 3 members of SKT to fight, and Wolf stays. They did have shoulder wards. They just didn't even pay attention to them.
Too deep though. CLG on the back end of this fight getting turned on. Darshan dropping low. Bombs coming in. Ekko goes in.
He's out. Darshan gets taken down here. No, he lives. In the end, the bomb doesn't connect. Stixxay and Xmithie walk those bombs forward, but it's going to be for a valiant attempt to get more kills.
Xmithie.
Wolf bites down on Blank. Huhi doesn't have any more chase. And the entire team of SKT limps away after taking down Aphromoo.
Blinking red on all 4 remaining members of SKT. What an incredible back and forth fight, and it highlights the strengths of both compositions. We'll get into that once we get the replay, because CLG right now, they have the stronger members left, more HP, which means they can actually go for the Baron here, uncontested. Faker's looking for the TP though. He's basing right now, but there's no ward close enough. Look at it, he's on Raptors.
Oh, he is in a rock and a tough spot right now, buddy. He's getting pushed back, and it's going to be SKT. They're trying to file forward. They're trying to save Faker, to initiate the fight. Lamb's respite is down, and Xmithie is going to go down as a result. That's Blank's kill. Will they move forward? Darshan's the next target. The next target is the turret, because CLG cannot stand toe-to-toe with this comp.
Yeah, the power of friendship does not prevail there. They're trying to help out Xmithie, who gets caught trying to buy time, but Darshan goes down in the process too. Too many ultis, abilities used.
Yep.
So SKT looking to equalize this Baron here.
A good block by Wolf gives him a little bit of breathing room here on the turret. Blast it back. Huhi tries to go with the voice of light, but it doesn't knock them to the outer bounds far enough, and they're still right in his face, ready to take the inhibitor, ready to be the SKT that LCK thought would be bringing to the MSI. Stixxay trying to go hard and prevent all of that. And it's only going to be 1. Blank goes down, but still 3 members of CLG are waiting to come up, and the inhibitor falls as SKT puts their mark on this game finally.
CLG with a risky defense, unwilling to sacrifice their inhibitor, but if they get cleaned there, they risk losing a lot more, so a bold move, but it does pay off. Inhibitor stays alive. But it all started with that mid lane fight. You could see the power of the Tempered Fate combo with the Aurelion Sol Q, and we also saw the fact that the Braum shield can negate that one too. So when Huhi flies in with a massive lane-wide spell, Braum can just like pop.
Here you go. Thank you very much. I'll take all of that. See this one more time of huge aggression for CLG, making a great play for Baron, but SKT saw the opening.
Yeah, Huhi flanks up with a massive Q here that actually stuns a Faker, so that's good. But Faker flashes out, and now CLG, slightly inefficient pathing here. They need to leave Xmithie behind. And a good ultimate from Wolf, both on Aphromoo and Darshan. That slows him down, so could have been a big return play here from SKT.
The Baron going down at negative due to this play. And CLG still wanting more even after that.
Yeah, here we are in live.
On to Wolf, looking pretty dangerous. A very nice move from Faker. Great team synergy and camaraderie to get his buddy out. Huhi very hurt. They're all in Lamb's respite. They're going to get a bit of heal here, but is it enough to stay alive? Huhi goes down. Blank's ready to take some out, and he chooses maybe the wrong path, but flashes correctly. And now Darshan gets knocked up. SKT fighting with slivers of health on the backside, trying to get the frontline kills, and Duke Chrono shifts back after some great play, holding off 2 members of Counterlogic Gaming.
Yeah, 5 members enter that fight for CLG, but only 2 leave right now, and they're heading down to the mid lane. Desperately trying to defend here. Teleport comes in.
Faker, Playmaker. They turn on him, but it was long enough for Duke to come in with the TP from behind and route Counterlogic Gaming. 50 seconds on Stixxay. There may be enough time.
20 on Huhi. This may very well be the game here. 1 inhibitor remains here in the mid lane. That's going down, and 2 Nexus towers.
It's going to be SKT now inside the base. 32 minutes. Everybody wondered, where was the strength? Could it come back? Would it be the revenge game against Counterlogic Gaming? And it is 12-7. 60,000 to 56,000 gold, and LCK will take the game over NALCS. SKT will continue to put wins in the win column and go for that first place spot. Still a difficult run they have ahead of them.
Yeah, Faker's not happy.
RNG still undefeated. CLG trying to get a second win over the Kings, the champions of the last world matchup.
And neither of these teams, I think, gonna be all too happy with the result. CLG had the game in the palm of their hand. They overreached. They had a siege in the bot lane on the base. potentially set up, and Huhi and Xmithie were fighting on the top side of that fight. We didn't see how it started, but we saw how it ended. Bard ulti from Aphromoo, ironically, got more time for Faker to put down 2 bombs and then revive whoever gets targeted, and they won that fight, and then it just was straight to finish. And Hip was exposed already, and SKT definitely not happy with being put in that position in the first place. You saw it with Faker's like, yeah, I guess we won.
It's one of those moments. They know they have so much work ahead of them. And this was still a game that was quite toe-to-toe until they found an opening, one they haven't been able to do in 3 to 4 games. Very uncharacteristic of the LCK in general.